Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Jerry Goebel and State Farm Insurance, Richmond, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, expressroofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank in Richmond and Berea, Luxury Pet Services in Richmond, Time Warner Cable, Equipment Sales and Rentals, Madison County Schools, Tatum Enterprises, and Real Life Community Church, myrealchurch.org. We want to be sure and thank our fine sponsors, Berea Online, First Gear, WKYT.com, and the Colonel Sports Card Shop. A shout out to another great sponsor, Journey Auto and Boat Sales in Richmond. And welcome to another great sponsor, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Chris Hornsby in Highland Park.
Welcome to Madison County School Sports Television.
MCHS TV and Madison County School Sports.com present your look at local school sports. Oh, there you go. You got time. Go right. Taylor goes up and under. Nice throw. Nice.
Welcome back to Madison County School Sports Television. I'm Samantha Burford, here of course with Coach Sutherland. He's the Madison Central soccer coach, head soccer coach, and you guys are having a very impressive season, I might add. So your record I'm showing is 8-2-1.
Well, we're off to a good start, Samantha. First of all, I want to thank you guys for having us on here. It's a great privilege and it's an honor. It kind of shows where the program is right now. But yeah, we're 8-2-1, off to a very good start again this year. I think last year we got up to 10-1-1, but we've had a very difficult schedule at this point, and we're kind of off and rolling.
Yeah. Compared to last year's season at the beginning, what are your differences in the 2 years?
Well, I mean, this team is a lot more. We're more juniors and seniors now. Where in the past we've been freshmen, sophomores. Now we're a lot more mature, a lot more experienced. And it shows. After 3 years here, you can just kind of tell these guys understand what's going on with the program and what we're trying to achieve, and it makes a huge difference. It really does.
You got any games specifically that you want to talk about? I know you've had some big games. Even the Tide game, that was sad, but you know.
Sure. Well, we had when we set our schedule, we basically plan it in advance to, we want to cater to what we think is going to challenge us. And, back in January, we got a nice schedule with Bowling Green, who were the 2014 state champions. And we said, let's go down there on a Friday night. Let's play South Warren, who we projected to be one of the best teams down there. Play them on a Friday, stay the night, let the kids enjoy an overnight stay, and then turn around and play on Saturday against Bowling Green. So we did that August 29th and 30th, and, went down on Friday night.
Which is early in your season. Very
early, second week of the season. And just played a great venue down at South Warren, very good hospitality from their program, and it was an electrifying atmosphere. Great student section. We were a little bit nervous in that game and gave a goal away early, but then we settled in and played, and we ended up coming back and scoring 2 crazy goals. Both of them, one from Peyton Netherton, and I think they may have both been from Peyton. I had to look back and think about that. But,
well, you've had so many more games in between.
Fez scored the goal in that game, so it was Fez and Peyton. But ended up to get a 2-1 win in that game was very strong for us, and it gave us a lot of confidence. And then we turned around the next day and played Bowling Green, and we were shorthanded. We had a couple of guys out with suspensions. Boniface and Hunter had been suspended from Tuesday's game against Cove Cath. But we played very, very well in that game. Dylan Dotson led the front line, played basically the entire match by himself up there. Dylan Hornsby anchored the back line for us with Brandon Carney. And, Luke Powell and Fez and Sammy Parkins played brilliant in midfield. Peyton had 2 world-class goals in that game.
Right.
We went down early in it as well. Came back, got a 2-1 lead. Gave up a set-piece goal. It went 2-2. Things got a little crazy, and then Dylan scored a big goal. About 26 minutes left in the game, went 3-2. And we were trying to hold on. It was 90-degree heat. We were, we had a little bit of a short bench in that game. And they made made a huge play at the end and scored and tied it with about 8 seconds left. So, you go down there and get those 2 results. It's very strong.
You got to be happy with your team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were proud of them, and it's something to build on and move forward with. So.
Yeah, because if you want to be the best, you got to play the best.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And it was an away game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to. Big credits, big kudos to that. Because, I mean, you didn't have anything working in your favor, truly.
No, we didn't.
The weather,
and that's
an away game.
Exactly. And that's what showed, that's what we were trying to get out of the guys early in the season is, it's easy to play a weaker schedule and get some results, and that's fine. And we did that in the first week. But, when we went into week 2 and pushing forward with the program, this is a program that can compete with anybody. We play in the toughest region in the state, and we fully expect this year that our goal is to win the region and go to state, and that's if we can get out of the region, there's no doubt we can win the state championship.
Right. Well, you're 3-0 in district play right now, correct?
That's correct.
So that's pretty good. Off to a really good start.
It's a great start. We got off to a very good start against Berea and Model. Played one of our better games as far as finishing against Model. And then, the Southern game was, as it always is, a tough, hard-fought game. One we felt like we controlled most of the game, but sometimes fluky things happen, and we gave up kind of a strange goal. But the guys had enough character to settle in and play and get the winner late. And
you won 2-1.
2-1 win. So go 3-0, and that puts us now the last 2 years we're 8-0 in the district. So.
Well, and you got Tanner Kidwell, senior there, that everybody here knows as well because he's always been a big rival between Central and Southern.
Sure.
So,
and I've known Tanner for a long time since he's a little kid, and he's a good kid and a very good player, and he's having a good season. So it's good for Madison County when our guys are playing like that.
Yeah, I think some of these kids have played together between middle school teams or travel teams. Well,
and some of the guys you're going to talk to tonight with both Dylan Hornsby and Dylan Dotson played together with Tanner growing up in club. So, Cam Wilson and some of those guys. So
they all know each other.
They all know each other.
It's a nice, fun rivalry. So what else do we need to talk about? You've got a big competition. I ask you what's coming up, and then I lead you right there. But you got a big tournament coming up this weekend.
Yes, we do. This is our second year hosting the Tribe Shootout. And kind of our goal for this tournament is obviously to raise money for the program, but we want to bring in good teams into the town and play on our turf field. And it's last year we had Newport and Woodford and Tates Creek come over, which basically you had 3 top 25 teams come in. This year you've got a Cooper team that we projected to be very good. They're about top 40. Boyle's a pretty good program year in and year out. Now obviously Woodford's always going to be good. So kind of a rivalry game for me and Coach Fania Batonga over there at Woodford. We've been good friends for a long time, so we like to compete against each other. But it should be a really good week of soccer.
Yeah, sometimes that's good. Sometimes it can be bad. But you guys know each other probably too well.
Yes.
And know each other's plays. Know probably what he's bringing next.
He knows how I'm going to play. He knows my tactics. I know his tactics.
Right.
We do a lot together in club. We do a lot together for kids, and but at the same time, it's good to play against each other and see where programs are. He's got a top 10 program every year, and that's where we're headed. So.
Right. So you guys, with this tournament, it's a busy weekend. You got a game Thursday night and then 2 games on Saturday. How will you keep your men?
And homecoming.
Oh gosh,
and homecoming
Friday
night
is football homecoming. The parade is Thursday night as well. So
Yes.
I'm assuming you guys won't be in the parade. You're going to be game
Well, we've got
ready.
Dylan's going to be in the parade, so he'll be running in the game time right on time. But
yeah.
It's good for him. It's good for
You're
him.
running right in there. Yeah, you can't leave him out. Anyway, so as far as this weekend, you said you guys are trying to raise money for the team.
Sure.
How are you planning on doing that?
Well, the parents have some ideas for fundraisers. I try not to get into the middle of that too much. My goal is to coach and get the kids where they need to be.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be doing some T-shirt sales and some raffles and things like that. But we want people in the community, kids, the youth program with Musa and some of those kids to come in and watch high-level soccer.
Right.
The Woodford game is going to be at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. we'd love to have as many people out as we can get out there. Obviously, the homecoming crowd coming from the parade, hopefully Thursday, will bring in some fans and some students.
Yeah.
And we want, a loud student section. That's what
Right.
we want. So, as the program grows, and we, like I said, we're sitting around 19th, ranked 19th right now.
Saw that.
We feel like, we need the students there. We want people there supporting us, and it's a great group of kids too.
So Thursday night is Cooper.
That's
correct?
correct. That's correct.
Tell us about them.
Well, it's a typical Northern Kentucky team. They've got a very good player up top named Adam Snow, who I've coached against in club. He'll probably be an all-state kid and probably a D1 prospect. And then, just typical Northern Kentucky teams, very strong, very organized teams, well coached, and it's just going to be difficult to break them down. But that's why we want them on the schedule. It gives us, Region 11 teams play a little different than Region 10 teams and Region 9 teams. So,
Okay, tell me why, because I don't know why.
it's just it's kind of, you obviously coaches will play to their strengths.
Okay.
And it seems that Northern Kentucky has a little bit bigger kids sometimes, so they play a little bit more direct. They play for set plays.
And when you say direct, aggressive?
I say more forward. They play higher up the field versus
Got it.
we play
All right,
a
I got to
little bit more
rethink
possession.
and go into soccer terms.
Sure.
Okay.
We play a little bit more possession oriented. We try to bring our wing players into the game quite a bit, and build play through midfield, but build play out of the back as well. And they're very organized in the back, and they'll play a little bit more direct past their midfield line into their striker line. And so we've got to be on our toes for balls over the top, and dealing with set plays, because they'll have guys that can throw the ball in, from midfield, throw the ball in the box, and that's always a challenge to defend. And then corner kicks and set pieces. So.
Well, I appreciate you explaining all that, because I know even having a child that played soccer for several years, you still,
Sure.
you don't. She's not doing it now, so you forget about those
You
things.
do.
But to a coach, some of your terminology, and as parents watching, grandparents watching, they don't always understand some of the terminology either. They just want their kids to show up and do a great job.
Well, that's what's good about being here today, is having the opportunity to kind of explain some of that stuff to
and get it
people.
out there.
Sure.
So Woodford and Boyle, those are both big teams for Saturday. It's one in the morning, one in the evening. So how are you going? I guess you expect them to go home and rest in between.
They better go home and rest in between, and they better rest a little bit on Friday.
Yeah. So don't stay for the whole homecoming game.
Well, they could stay, but they need to
Go
they need
home.
to take care of their bodies and rest a little bit, because Thursday's going to be a hard fought game, and you go Tuesday and you got a day off today, and then you got to play Thursday and you get another day off, and then you're playing.
But you had
two.
practice today.
It's a light session. Last week we kind of took Wednesday off a little bit, and just kind of talked a little bit, and it was a very light session. I don't think we played very well Thursday. It was a game we lost to Montgomery. So today we said, let's go ahead and keep the intensity up with training.
Okay.
We worked on finishing a little bit and play some games in transition, and then build to get ready for Thursday.
I think a lot of people were surprised that you lost to Montgomery County. Were you surprised?
I was surprised in the way we lost.
Okay.
It was, we respect Montgomery County. They're a very good side. They've got 3 or 4 real nice players that we knew about. And to be honest, it was one of those games where I think we tallied. I think we outshot them about 28-8, and had 10 to 2 or 3 in corners, and somehow come up empty and in some strange way give up 4 goals. So 2 goals they scored on set plays, and those are things that we made mistakes on. Some of the guys, we've gone back and looked at the highlights on that game, and we've made adjustments in the last 2 games to them. So those have been huge. We've had 2 shutouts, shut out a good Mercer County team that will probably win Region 12, and then shut out West Justman. So those are building blocks, and that's development, and that's you're going to make mistakes. You play a 20-game schedule, you're going to make mistakes through that. They're young kids, but it's whether they can learn from those mistakes and make those weaknesses, we talk about all the time, make those weaknesses strengths.
Right. Well, you said you had a lot of juniors and seniors. Do you anticipate, when you get this age, you hope that they've, like you said, learn and grow.
Absolutely.
You think this set of young men they're doing that?
Absolutely. These guys are. The one thing that we haven't been in the past is very coachable. This group is extremely coachable. They hold a high standard for themselves. They know what they want this program to be. When we came in 3 years ago and started it, they knew what they wanted, and we set a vision for them. And the guys that have wanted to be here have stayed with the program. We've turned it into a year-round program. It's not a come in and play in the fall. We train through the winter. We lift weights. We play indoor. We do technical work all winter. We do spring training, things like that. So, and the guys are all playing club as well. And now you can tell where the program is versus where it was. So we still have a long way.
It makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference. It
Yes.
makes a huge difference. And we hold these guys to a high standard, and they hold themselves to a high standard. And that's when you get that inside your team, that's huge. That's huge. One of the things that we're really working on right now is building leaders on the field where it's a players-led team versus a coaches-led team. And in the past, it's had to be coaches-led so much. And now we're trying to kind of fizzle that off. These guys have been with me for 3 years. They know what we expect out of them. So it's now, can you guys be my voice on the field? And if we can get to that point as we go down the stretch, there's still a long way to go. The sky's the limit for what we can accomplish.
So when you say they're leading, give me an example, how they would do that? Are you letting them call certain plays, letting them
No, that's on me, but at a point, they're reading the game, and they're sometimes making quick restarts and things like that. But there was a time last night against West, we had a 2-0 lead, and we played an excellent first half. We had 17 shots on goal in the first half, played very well. And in the second half, we got a little bit where we were pushing the ball too much, and we were almost playing like we were behind, playing like we were in a hurry. And so what I told Luke Powell, and I told Dylan, and I told Fez and Hornsby, I said, guys, settle down and be patient and play. Let the game come to you. And once they did that, then it started coming out again, the plays and getting chances on goal and things like that. So they're still young players. They're still, even though they're juniors and seniors, they're still young players. A soccer player really won't fully develop till they're about 28, 29. So you think about that, they still got 10 years to go.
And you think in most sports that's old.
Sure.
In some sports, you look at different, swimming, look at that, wrestling.
Well, football,
you would think
you get your
football,
yeah, exactly.
all the injuries, you think 29 years old, that's old for an athlete,
in
some of the sports. So,
but you take it, that's the beauty of the game, is there's so much, there's no black and white, there's no, I can tell you to do this every single time and it works, and it just doesn't. We can give them information. They're smart kids, and they have to recognize it and work out some of the issues on the field.
You mentioned West Jessamine. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
That has to be a fun game for your parents, and I will let everyone, tell.
Well,
you said your dad was there.
My dad was there. He's the mayor in Nicholasville now. And my brother and I have been trying to get this game scheduled for a couple of years. I didn't want to schedule them the first year because they were really good and we weren't quite ready yet. And then last year it just didn't work out based on what they were doing with travel and things. But we got it together this year, and we had a really good time over there last night. It was good for me to get to show these players where I played. And it was at that time we were a top 5, top 10 program.
Right.
And we had built the program through, my dad had started the club, Storm Soccer Club over there, and we had built the program from the time we were 9 all the way up. And our ultimate goal at that time was to win a state title. We didn't get it, but we, over the course of time, we did really good things for the program. And, like I told these guys, I helped build that field over there, dribbling balls around a track for a penny a lap, things like that. And they walked on the field and they're like, it's a gorgeous pitch. And that's, we want to upgrade our facilities here, and we're working on that stuff right now with Bellevue, and we've obviously got a beautiful turf field, and and those things are great for our athletes at Madison Central.
So did he wear half and half, like split down the middle? You know how they have some of those Kentucky flags that are half Kentucky, half Louisville?
He didn't go that route. He sat on the fence and watched the game.
Cheer for both teams.
Yeah, watched the game.
I got to sit right in the middle.
And then he called me after. He said, "Your team's really fast and really good." So,
and that's a compliment.
Yes, exactly.
Coming from him.
And my brother said the same thing. So it's that's what you want.
Right. What do you say back to your brother?
I said good luck the rest of the way. And they're down a little this year. They've had some injuries. They had a big injury, probably their best defender towards ACL. So that hurts them. But you know, he year in year out, he's had that team, you know, competing for a Region 12 title, and they won it 2 years ago. So he's doing a great job there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Good for him. That's a lot of family fun. I mean,
sure,
a little stressful, it can be, I'm sure, for your dad, but a lot of family fun. And that's a big win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're really excited about this year's team. And I know as far as the media goes, if we're excited, you got to be triple the amount of excited that we are.
We've got, you know, the rest of the season, we've got a lot of goals in front of us. And we're hoping, you know, we've still got 8 games to play. We go through the tribe shootout, and then we get Lexington Catholic on the road, which they're having one of their better years this year. That's always been a rival personally for me because they were always the top program in Lexington. And then you've got a Scott County game and then Lafayette. So it's, you know, back-to-back games there coming out of the tribe shootout. So, you know, this schedule doesn't get any easier. Our goal was to have a top 15, top 10 schedule. A couple of the teams that we thought were going to be a little bit better haven't quite gotten there yet, but you know, there's no doubt it'll be a top 20 schedule when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you know, talking to you, you and all the Central coaches have all said to us when we interview them during their coaches shows that if you want to be a good team, you got to play the best, and you can't have that easy schedule to make the numbers work.
Sure.
It just doesn't happen, and it's incredible to see how your men are rising to the occasion.
Sure. Well, you know, the key is you got to challenge your guys, and when you know you have a good team, put the challenge out there. It's okay to lose a game. We don't want to lose games, but it's okay to lose if you're learning, you know, and if you're playing at a high level. And you know, the Montgomery County game, I think I probably took that game harder than the players did. I kind of was. I think we got to the highest ranking in school history, which was 14th, and we almost pushed the ranking harder than we were pushing the development. So, you know, I took a day to kind of sit back and look back at that game, and we did realize we felt like we were the better team. It didn't go our way that day, but I think we've learned from it. And I kind of came back to practice the next day and told the players, you know, let's take a little bit off that and let's get better.
Yeah.
And since then they've been a little bit more relaxed. We're going to try a different formation tomorrow that we think is going to. We've been kind of going to in key moments when we're going to challenge them from the beginning and see how it works.
Right.
So.
All right, well, Coach, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Coach has got something very exciting that you want to tell everybody about. Not everybody knows about it, so that ought to be pretty cool. All right. We're here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. They're our official sponsor for all our coaches shows, and we'll be right back right after this message.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Jerry Goebel and State Farm Insurance, Richmond, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, expressroofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank in Richmond and Berea, Luxury Pet Services in Richmond, Time Warner Cable, Equipment Sales and Rentals, Madison County Schools, Tatum Enterprises, and Real Life Community Church, myrealchurch.org. We want to be sure and thank our fine sponsors, Berea Online, First Gear, WKYT.com, and the Colonel Sports Card Shop. A shout out to another great sponsor, Journey Auto and Boat Sales in Richmond. And welcome to another great sponsor, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Chris Hornsby in Highland Park.
Welcome back to Jack Burford Chevrolet and Madison County School Sports Television. I'm Samantha Burford, here with Coach Sutherland, head coach of the Madison Central Indians soccer team. So we're talking all about soccer, so for those of you that don't understand soccer, we're making them go away. So we've kind of taken over the dealership and their customer service lounge, and we're I'm appreciative that they let us do that. So
absolutely.
You guys, like we mentioned earlier, you guys have had a wonderful season, lots of seniors, and I know we've got a couple of seniors here that we're going to bring in a little later, but you might want to share with everybody some of their...
Well, we're going to have Dylan Dotson and Dylan Hornsby on the show here, and Dylan Dotson's coming back from obviously they're both seniors, and he's coming back from a 23-goal junior year season. He was incredible last year. Led our front line and has done the same thing again this year. He's off to a great start. He's got 7 goals. I'm not sure how many assists. I want to say about 4 or 5 assists, and played at just doing it at a high level every night against quality defenses. That's the key. He scored a huge goal against Covenant Catholic. We were actually down 2-0, and we had 2 red cards in the game, and he kind of brought the team in and motivated them. And there was about 15 minutes left, and we're down 2 players, and next thing you know, he scores a goal. It goes 2-1. We're playing down 2 men, and we create 2 chances at the end to tie the game. So it shows the kind of leadership that, the leader that Dylan is, and the kind of fight and determination that he has as a player. He continues to get better. We're working on, just timing of runs with him and understanding some things within the game. But he just continues to improve every day, and he's extremely coachable, and he's been a joy to work with for 3 years. The other one's Dylan Hornsby, and Dylan's kind of dealing with where he's been a center mid, and he basically started every game for us last year at center mid with Luke Powell.
And you've moved him.
We've converted him to center back, and that's never an easy adjustment, but Dylan's really taken it on well, and he's become a huge leader for us in the back line. He's very, very good at organizing things. Last night was probably his best game back there, and he's getting better and better as he goes, but as a leader and an organization standpoint, that's what you want in the back line, but he's also got the technical ability to settle the game down and play within himself and settle his team down. But last night he was his variation of passes from short and controlling tempo in the back line to playing long balls over the top to Dylan and Boniface and Rogers, as well as playing diagonal balls to Peyton and to Hunter and Cam Wilson was incredible. And it changed the game for us. And if he continues to do that, we're going to be able to play 3 in the back, which enables us to get more numbers forward and can make us very dangerous come tournament time.
Right. And I'm sure both of these young men are thinking about collegiately playing soccer.
Absolutely. They're both college prospects. They're both working with colleges right now, and we want to see them get to the next level. Our goal, year in and year out right now is to have 5-6 guys go to college out of this program. And we're getting to the point where we've got that. And these guys especially have the opportunity. Cam Wilson's another one, has an opportunity. Boniface and Rogers, who joined the team this year, have the opportunity. So, this is a great senior class for us, and we're very proud of these guys.
Now, does Dylan have the school record? You said how many goals last year, and I'm thinking,
he's getting close. He's getting close. I want to say, I think he'll know the number. I'll let him tell you that.
We'll ask
but
him in a
he's
minute.
getting close. So he's got 8 games to do it through the season, and he's got tournament play. We look at it. There could be potentially 17 games left. That's our goal. We set that today, and that would put us as a state champion.
So you said you said that today. Has your goals changed as you've gone through the season?
No, our goals have always been that. But
Okay.
today we looked at the numbers and,
All right.
and where we, what the district is and where we're going to, we looked at region and we looked at who we could play at the Sweet 16, which would be Region 12. It's there. It's the most difficult region in the state. That's not even close. You've got 3 teams, 4 teams in the top 12. Realistically, in a coach's poll, I think you would see us in the top 10, top 15. These other things that we're looking at are mayor rankings. They're just a computer-generated system that's more based on last year's results than it is everything on this year. But there's no doubt. I think you look at this region, and you've got 4 of the top 10 teams in the state in the same region.
Right. Well, we're going to interview them later, but does it surprise you at all that they're sitting over there watching soccer?
Not at all. Not at all. And that's what they do.
They can't get enough of it.
That's right. And they watch they watch Champions League when they get home in the afternoons and things like that. So
it's soccer on the brain
that's
all
right.
the time.
FIFA in the house.
That's exactly right. Okay, so share with us your news that you decided.
Well, I'm the owner-operator of a business and a company called National Scouting Report, and I started with it about 2 years ago. And we specialize in helping kids get recruited and getting seen at the next level. And basically, it's a family-owned business that's based out of Alabama that started back in 1981. And my former college coach got involved with it down in South Carolina as the franchise down there. And he called me and asked me if I would want to help kids out and help kids get recruited and earn a living doing it. So I went down to Alabama 2 years ago and fell in love with the place. Rusty Rigney's the owner down there. He's the second generation. And basically what we do is I own the state of Kentucky, and we have scouts that work under us, sport-specific guys for football, softball, every sport that's a collegiate sport we do. And we basically go out and look at kids, scout kids that we feel like can compete and can play at the next level. We look for high-level student athletes. GPAs and ACTs are crucial. And when we look, the most important thing is that we look for high-character kids. Our reputation's on the line. When I go to university and I tell a coach about a player, if that player can't play at that level, then that hurts the reputation of the program. But so this is what's critical about us is that we go out and we scout kids. We're on the field, and we personally evaluate the players. And we look to set up interviews with their families, and we go in and sit down with them, and we go over all the services that we provide for them, which is highlight films. We edit highlight films for them. It's unlimited for them. So if a kid enrolls with us, signs up with us as a sophomore, they have unlimited film editing with us, which could be, they get all their games taped as a sophomore. When they come back as a junior and they weigh 20 pounds more and they're a little taller and a little stronger, then we can edit their film again. Then we also provide athletic brochures for the kids. It has a nice athletic picture on the program for them. Gives all their statistics, their goals, their assists, everything like that for soccer. If it was baseball, have home runs, steals, all that good stuff. And it has their ACTs, their GPAs, coaches' evaluations, scouting evaluations, everything you can possibly imagine. And our goal is to get kids that we have come into NSR. We try to get them recruited at the highest level.
Sounds wonderful. So if you're a parent at home watching this right now and have a student athlete at home thinking, okay, what do I need to do? How can they get involved in this?
Our website is www.nsr-inc.com. You can find me. My email address is esutherland@nsr-inc.com, or you can find me on Twitter. It's just Evan Sutherland on Twitter. You can look at me there, and you can follow me, and we'll go from there and try to get some information from your kid. And the goal at that point would be for me to come out and see them play. If it's a different sport, if it's something that probably football or something else, I'll have one of my scouts come out and watch them.
Right. So how do you have time?
We make time. We make time.
You must not ever sleep.
I don't get a lot of it, especially during season. So
yes.
But it's you say a lot. You never work a day in your life if you do what you love. And coaching is always been a passion for mine. I'm really looking to build this business now, and I think it's really the next phase of my life. Coaching will still be there, but not as much, and it'll be more geared towards helping kids get recruited. Get
recruited. And there's all kinds of different websites out there for different companies, so this is wonderful.
What sets us apart from the others is that we actually have the scouts on the field, and we don't sit behind a phone and call people and guarantee them they're going to get scholarships. We go after the kids that we know can play at the next level, and that's what sets us apart, and that's why this business has been going on for over 30 years, and that's why they're the best in the business.
Right. Well, I'm sure it's changed a lot in 30 years, hasn't
absolutely,
it?
Absolutely.
Because, now it's all computerized.
Oh, it's incredible. We've got scouts, guys that former NFL players. We've got former professional soccer guys, high-level volleyball girls, different things like that have all played Division I or played at some collegiate level, played professionally, and they're all working for the company now. So it's growing nationally. We've been huge in the South for years, but now it's growing big time out west and through here, and we want to start growing it in Kentucky. And
well, that's fantastic. Good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
And we're happy to help you spread the word, because I think it's a wonderful opportunity. It's not only a good business practice, but, we're helping our student athletes.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So that's wonderful. So hopefully now that this show will be on, social media, more and more people can watch it.
We'd love to. And we'd love to continue to do the show. So.
All right, great. Coach, before we end, I always give the coaches the last word. So what would you like to share?
Well, we want to see our students come out this week and support us in the Tribe Shootout. The next couple of weeks we're going to be on the road a little bit with Lexington Catholic Lafayette, but come support us. And this program is really starting to establish itself as one of the best in this state, and we're excited about it.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how this weekend goes, and we don't want this to be your only coach's show. So
absolutely,
we welcome you back anytime.
Thank you very much.
You just get us,
I'd love to come back.
Yeah, you type me up. We'll do this again.
I'll do it.
All right, great. Okay,
Thank you, Samantha.
When we come right back, we're going to do double Dillons, right? We're going to interview them and ask them the serious questions. Coming up next.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Jerry Goebel and State Farm Insurance, Richmond, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, expressroofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank in Richmond and Berea, Luxury Pet Services in Richmond, Time Warner Cable, Equipment Sales and Rentals, Madison County Schools, Tatum Enterprises, and Real Life Community Church, myrealchurch.org. We want to be sure and thank our fine sponsors, Berea Online, First Gear, WKYT.com, and the Colonel Sports Card Shop. A shout out to another great sponsor, Journey Auto and Boat Sales in Richmond. And welcome to another great sponsor, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Chris Hornsby in Highland Park.
Welcome back to Madison County School Sports Television. I am Samantha Burford. We're here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. They're our official coaches sponsor, and we kind of take over their customer service lounge. So we're very happy that they've allowed our two Dylans to be here today. They're our soccer stars for the week. So tell us who you are, and I think everybody knows they're Dylans, but tell us who you guys are, and tell us the position you play.
I'm Dylan Dotson. I'm a senior forward.
I'm Dylan Hornsby, and I'm a senior center back.
All right, so Coach said you guys both are interested in playing soccer collegiately. So you guys got any scoop you want to share? Any places you particularly want to go?
Thomas More has been recruiting me a lot lately.
Yeah.
And they're coming to watch us play Lafayette in October, or late September.
Right.
And then I'm taking an official there in October.
Yeah.
So we'll see
I'd
where
say
that
you
goes.
have a lot of places and mail coming in.
Yeah, but they're definitely recruiting me the hardest out of anyone.
I know at this point you want to try to see where you're going to get you hate to call it a deal, but you're like, okay, I want to make sure I'm going to play. What else specifically do you want to do? You want to play, you want a good education.
You definitely want to play for a program who wins, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want to go somewhere and get a lot of playing time on a losing team.
Well, and you don't want to go somewhere and sit on the bench either, right?
Yeah.
Neither one of you guys are used to that. All right, so Dylan, tell us where you think you want to go.
I'm looking at Limestone in South Carolina and Oglethorpe in Georgia.
So you like the hot weather.
Yeah.
You want to go south.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the cold weather.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm not either. So, guys, do you guys have it's been a great season, so there's probably plenty of plays that you guys could talk to us about and share. You got to have a favorite moment.
The South Warren game in all was probably one of the funnest games I've ever played in high school. Just the student section that they had there, and then the energy that we played with, and then the Bowling Green, was 8 seconds away from probably being the best game of my high school career. But
right.
They got a late one on us, tied it.
I know. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Did you just go, that just didn't happen?
I looked up at the clock with 2 minutes left, and I remember saying to myself, I was like, wow, we just beat the #1 team in the state, and then we let one in late. But
yeah,
the tie looks good on the record, but we know we should have got that game.
Yeah, and you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully you'll play him again.
Hopefully we'll see him in the state tournament.
Yeah, fingers crossed. All right, Dylan.
My favorite is definitely one of those two, but I always have the Montgomery County game in my head because I played really bad that game. So trying to build on that.
Okay,
No
so
more
you
mistakes.
played bad.
Yeah.
So you're thinking to yourself what? Okay, I gotta learn from this.
Yeah, I can't make up the mistakes that I did. So.
Okay. Do you guys ever wear Fitbits? Do you ever decide, okay, I have run this many miles today?
I wore one in preseason.
How many miles?
About 8 miles a day.
A day. Do you ever wear one?
I never wore one, but I'd say that's probably a good number.
That's incredible for those of us that don't run, and Coach is laughing. That's incredible because, that's a long ways.
Yeah.
That's why you both are so skinny and healthy. How are you going to stay hydrated and motivated for this weekend? You got a big game Thursday night, 2 games Saturday. What are you going to do?
Playing in front of our home crowd always gives us kind of an advantage. just the guys that we have around us makes our jobs a lot easier, and we're always up for a challenge, so it should be a fun tournament.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I just want to win because we gave it up last year to Woodford County. We came out and played a really bad game in the morning, so I want to come out and get some revenge on them.
See, you're all about the revenge, and I gotta learn from my mistakes kind of guy right here.
Yeah.
Do you, I mean, of course, you know, Coach gave some stipulations. He want to make sure that you guys get lots of rest in between the games. Will you go home? I mean, are either one of you going to the homecoming football game?
Yeah, I probably will.
I'm actually on the homecoming court, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. Will you go home after halftime?
Yeah.
Get to bed early?
We'll see how the
or-
game's going.
Yeah.
Got to cheer on my guys. I got a lot of friends on the football team, so hopefully
Yeah.
we can pull out a win against
I'm
Catholic.
surprised they don't recruit you guys to play, really. But the seasons are at the same
Yeah.
time, so they really can't.
They asked me a lot my sophomore year to kick for them, but I turned it down.
Yeah.
It works out for them. They got Landon White, so he's doing a good job down
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Now, did you guys, before you guys started playing soccer, did you ever play any other sports that you were like, okay, I think I could do this one too? And then at some point in your life, you go, I got to pick one because I can't be good at all of them.
I started out with soccer, and I was pretty good at a young age, so I kind of just stuck with it. But I tried everything else out.
You did?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I played soccer and baseball, and I jammed my thumb, so I quit baseball.
Said I got to run.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because, I mean, when you're young, you try a little bit of everything. So you guys have known, okay, I'm good at soccer. I'm going to stay this path.
I actually wasn't very good when I was little. I was
You were-
really bad.
So
But,
you've learned.
Yeah. I just stuck with it and got better, I guess. I
Yeah.
had good coaches. So
Coach mentioned that he's changed your position this year. What are your thoughts on that?
I've had to make a lot of changes to how I play and the decisions that I make, but I feel like it's helped me and I'm more versatile.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's good, and I think it will collegiately help you as well.
yeah, I think so. When I went to Limestone to visit a couple weeks ago, they were kind of surprised that I was playing center back, but they said they'll take a look at that, I guess.
Okay. Why? Because they need you to play somewhere else, or they?
Well, I don't really know. They can. I feel like any coach can see where you play from any position. So
Right.
I think they want to see how I handle a different situation
Right.
and
Well.
what I can do back there.
I think Coach says you guys are handling it with grace and resiliency because, I mean, you had a good season last year and look how great you're doing this year.
Mhm.
You feel as seniors you've really stepped up and really trying to lead this team?
Definitely. I mean, we've seen the past two senior classes, and nothing against them, but they weren't great leaders, and so we kind of learned from past experiences, and Coach has been getting onto us, trying to make us get behind everybody else and lead.
Right. What are your thoughts on that? You've transferred in from Model, so this is a much different team,
Yeah,
bigger team.
yeah, for sure. But I feel like the freshmen and younger kids look up to us more than they have in the past years for any team I've ever played for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really going to help them in the future because they're learning from us.
Right. What are you guys doing differently? You said that they weren't as quality of leaders, you know, so what are you guys doing differently?
They were, I don't know, that they were.
We don't want to say they were bad
They were
leaders.
vocal, but they were like negatively vocal and like
Oh,
kind of egos. But
right.
we're trying to get rid of that on the team this year.
Well, that's good. So, do you have someone that's coming up, like a freshman or sophomore, that you're like, okay, this guy could break some of my records or anything, kick more by the time he's a senior? Anybody that you're?
Jose Barrera and Nick Wilson are two freshmen, and they've been getting a lot of goals in JV games.
Yeah.
But
so you're like,
yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. What about you?
Will Allen's pretty good in the midfield, and I think Tanner Rising will have a big part of his senior year.
Tanner Isaac's been giving us really big minutes. When we had, low on numbers in the Bowling Green weekend, he really stepped up and played big minutes in the Bowling Green game and didn't play like a freshman.
Right. That's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's hard to do as a freshman. You guys got any games coming up? I mean, it's a difficult season. So, do you have any games coming up that you're a little, I want to say, nervous about?
Probably the Woodford game, just for the
Okay.
fact that what they did to us last year, was kind of embarrassing to lose like that on our home field. So we
Right.
want to get that one back.
So, for those watching, that's Saturday night, 8 o'clock.
That's right.
All right. You guys have been playing out on the football field, haven't you?
Yeah.
So there, I guess I should have asked Coach this too, but you guys last year played at both places, Bellevue and on the football field.
The Bellevue field didn't get ready in time, so we've been on the turf field.
So they're redoing that field,
yes.
Correct? Okay,
Yeah.
so this is not going to be ready in time for you guys. So ready for next year.
We're not complaining about playing on turf, though.
I was getting ready to say, there shouldn't be any complaints about that field, should it?
It helps.
You just got to share the time, I'm assuming, with the football players.
And playing on turf plays to our advantage because, I mean, we got me and Boniface and Rogers up top, 3 of the fastest players in the state probably.
Yeah.
So there's
So you like it?
Yeah. It helps us.
Maybe somebody made a phone call and was like, don't get that field ready. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But, you know, it's worked out to your advantage. Coach is saying maybe he made a phone call. No, we're teasing about that, of course. No phone calls. Don't call me. I'm not saying that really happened. So, you know. All right, guys, anything you want to share with us before we finish?
Just hopefully, I mean, no senior wants to go out with any other way besides a ring on their finger at the end of the year, and hopefully that's the case for us.
Fingers crossed.
Hope so.
Yeah, that'd be great. Good luck to both you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to keep following you even after high school, so that should be exciting.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
All right, and thank you for watching. Make sure if you're a student or parents, grandparents, everybody, watch all of our shows on Madison County School Sports Television and go to the games this weekend. Lots football and soccer, right?
Right.
They'll be there, so
Go
will
Indians.
we. All right, go Indians. One tribe, right?
Right.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Jerry Goebel and State Farm Insurance, Richmond, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, expressroofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank in Richmond and Berea, Luxury Pet Services in Richmond, Time Warner Cable, Equipment Sales and Rentals, Madison County Schools, Tatum Enterprises, and Real Life Community Church, myrealchurch.org. We want to be sure and thank our fine sponsors, Berea Online, First Gear, WKYT.com, and the Colonel Sports Card Shop. A shout out to another great sponsor, Journey Auto and Boat Sales in Richmond. And welcome to another great sponsor, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Chris Hornsby in Highland Park.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County Schools Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCHS TV, and of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and I want you to watch MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
The following is in smokeless tobacco: cadmium, formaldehyde, lead, nicotine, nitrosamines, polonium-210, hydrazine, benzopyrene, and uranium-235. Don't be a dip. Don't dip.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, the definition of binge drinking is having 5 drinks over the course of 2 hours. When done excessively, this may eventually lead to memory loss, unwanted pregnancy, and sexually transmitted diseases, cancer, excessive vomiting, alcohol poisoning, and possibly death.
Nathan, can you hear me?
If you don't want to swallow any of this, chances are the next tube you put in your mouth won't be a good time. For more information on binge drinking, please visit the Centers for Disease Control website at www.cdc.gov.